guys, welcome to another edition of So You Want to Be an Entrepreneur, where we're interviewing real business owners about the ups and downs of being a business owner. On today's episode, we're interviewing a fashion store owner.
Hi, I'm Mary Colvin. I own Mary's Fashion with Passion from Faraway Lands, and I have been here for 10 and a half years. Before the shop, I was a fashion model in New York. And then from there, I had a child and so stopped working and got into politics and was on a city council in Portland, Oregon, outside of Portland, Oregon, and realized how government works or doesn't work, as the case may be. And ultimately, my business is a combination of both of those things. So the two things I've done in my life that took the most important things I've done in my life, aside from childbirth, came into this shop. No, actually when I was 8 years old, I sold seashells on the boardwalk in Wildwood, New Jersey. And by day I would go collect shells on the beach and take them home and paint them. And then I set up a soda box and sold seashells when I was 8 years old. Then, after that, I had a shop when I was in college. And then I actually had a version of this shop in Portland, Oregon about 20 years ago. When I used to travel, I would see people making beautiful things, Indigenous people, and I would wonder, do people know what these people do? The beadwork, the embroidery, all of the things that we don't do here, except if we have an app or a machine. And I thought someday, I'm going to show this. Well, I had to get a business loan, and I was sure I wouldn't get one because when I went to the bank and he asked me what's my business plan, and I was already stumped. I said, my business plan is I'm going to open a business, and I was sure he wasn't going to give me a loan, but he did. And I used that money to get opened. And then little by little, people heard about what I was doing, and they would come in and say, I work with a women's co-op in India. Would you be interested in having them send you some things, and so forth? And one thing led to another. And it still grows that way. Everything in here is representative of someone I know somewhere in the world. And it's all handmade. It has the energy of the people in it. And when someone comes in and touches something, I tell them, you're touching someone you will never meet, but you have now become part of their life and they've become part of yours. And my idea was to have people understand each other through stuff, because Americans like stuff. And again, in touching these things, they're crossing continents, and that was my goal. It is so random. I could have 2 on one day and 15 on the next. There's no order to it. There's nothing you can predict, at least in my business. I never know. And you have to be crazy to do this anyway. You have to be a little manic depressive, because the business is a manic depressive business. You're down one day, you're through the roof the next, and you have to ride the wave. There's so many challenges. Every day is a challenge. Every day I unlock the door, it's a challenge. That's a tough one. I guess getting out of my own way was my biggest challenge in the beginning, telling myself I'm crazy for doing this, I shouldn't do this, I should have a normal job, I should do this and I should do that. Once I got out of my own way, and I do it every day. What am I doing? Oh my God, why am I doing this? Especially on a slow day. Once you get out of your own way and let it happen, then everything else kind of flows. It's not about the money. I promise you. There is no way this is about the money. I survive, but it's the mission. It's the mission. Absolutely 100%, it's the mission. I keep my prices very low because I want the things to go. If they don't, then these people aren't working, and neither am I. So it's a struggle. You know what? I don't know why I did it on my birthday, which was the end of January, and I broke my hip putting on my harem pants a year ago, and I have an implant now, and I thought, okay, maybe there's a message, maybe the universe is trying to tell me to sit down and shut up, and I didn't listen a year ago, but now I'm starting to think, is it time? So I put the little sign in the window for sale, and I think the universe is going to let me know if the right person comes who will continue what I'm trying to do and take it to the next step. There's a lot of mileage left in this store. And of course they're going to put their mark on it. They're going to do it their way, but I don't want it to die. I want these people to be supported. So if that person shows up, then I'll know it's the right time. And if not, then it's not the right time, and I'll be here. Joy. When you can't wait to get to your store in the morning. When you're sad you have to close at night. When you're closed on certain days and you're here anyway. When you can't wait to come to work. Because you know what? When you're doing what you love, you're not working.
All right, what an awesome episode. So what did we learn today, guys? 1, you'll get paid in direct proportion to the value you bring to the marketplace. So what's your cause? What problem are you solving? 2, entrepreneurs are a little crazy. To handle all of the ups and downs that businesses actually throw your way, well, guess what? You're gonna have to be mentally and emotionally sound. 3, it's not always about the money, guys. Sometimes you just have to have a stronger purpose, and that's what's gonna keep you going in business. And lastly, you've heard this before, but I'll say it again. You have to love what it is you do. If you don't, you have no chance in business. Hey guys, thanks again for watching this week's episode. Don't forget, like it, share it with a friend that wants to be an entrepreneur, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, we have to get you from employee mindset to entrepreneur mindset. I'm Chris Muzan. I'll see you guys next week.